It's about damn time. It's about damn time.
Later, in the void.
What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Savvy, and welcome back to the Savvy Show. And in today's episode, we got an old SCP on our hands, guys. This is one that has been on my list for a long ass time, but I just never got around to it. Recently, I reacted to something that is, somewhat of a counterpart to this SCP, but it was a vending machine, and it had pretty cool abilities. So already covering that, I might as well jump into this one as well. And this SCP is SCP-294. The coffee machine. And I know you guys have been wanting me to cover this for a while, so it's time for us to dive deep today. So with that being said, if you guys are excited for this reaction and you do enjoy it along the way, please remember to smash that like button. Goal for these videos are at least 100 likes. That's the benchmark, guys. Let's get it done together like a family. And also remember, sub to the channel. We're so close to 5K subs. Let's get it going. So let's hope to hit that benchmark soon so we could be halfway towards 10K. That's the goal before the end of the year. So hopefully we can make that happen, man. And remember, turn on post notifications as well so you do not miss an upload, because YouTube will not notify you guys. I repeat, they will not notify you guys if you don't have your notifications on. So it behooves you to stay plugged by hitting that bell. So with that all out the way, without any further ado, let's get this show started. Alrighty, SCP-294, the coffee machine. Let's get it.
He requested for a cup of joe from 294. Moments after confirming the selection, Agent Joseph began to sweat profusely and complained of dizziness before collapsing. Hello everybody, I'm the Rubber. Today, we bring you a SCP Foundation Euclid class object, SCP-294. SCP-294, also known as a standard coffee vending machine, is a coffee vending machine that can produce any beverage through keyboard input. Its entry keyboard is corresponding to an English QWERTY keyboard. Upon depositing 50 cents US currency into the coin slot, the user is prompted to enter the name of any liquid using the keyboard. After doing so, a standard 12-ounce paper drinking cup is placed, and the liquid indicated is poured into the cup. The Foundation has conducted 97 tests, including requests for water, coffee, beer, and soda, non-consumable liquids such as sulfuric acid, wiper fluid, and motor oil, as well as substances that do not usually exist in liquid state, such as nitrogen, iron, and glass, and each one returned a success. It is also interesting to note that many caustic liquids that would have corroded a normal paper cup seem to have no effect on the cups dispensed by the machine. However, test runs with solid materials such as diamond have failed. This shows that SCP-294 can only deliver substances that can exist in liquid state. It is of note that after approximately 50 uses, the machine would not respond to further requests. After a period of approximately 90 minutes, the machine seemed to have restocked itself.
This is more like a computer than a coffee machine. I'm just being straight up. It even looks like a big-ass computer. How's a keyboard? What the heck?
294 was originally placed in the Foundation's personnel break room because it is almost harmless to human beings, and it's also a money-saving venture. However, after the 294-01 accident, 2 guards of security clearance level 3 were arranged to guard 294 at all times. Since then, anyone who wants to get contact with it needs to obtain security permission first. So, what happened during the 294-01 incident? The incident happened on August 21st, 2005. Agent Joseph attempted to use 294 to obtain coffee during his allotted break time at 9:30 a.m. At the request of another agent to see what it would do, Agent Joseph requested for a cup of joe from 294. Moments after confirming the selection, Agent Joseph began to sweat profusely and complained of dizziness before collapsing.
Don't tell me he got a cup of his blood or a cup of flesh from actual Joe himself, Joseph, you know? That'd be kind of wild.
After moving the unconscious agent to the infirmary, the medical team recovered the contents of the cup dispensed by SCP-294. They found a combination of blood, tissue, and other bodily fluids in the liquid. Testing revealed the DNA sequence of the biological material dispensed by SCP-294 matched that of Agent Joseph. Luckily, Agent Joseph made a complete recovery after 4 weeks of rest and intravenous hydration. X-rays and CAT scans showed no further signs of injury, and he was released. After reviewing documentation...
So I guess it was just fluids. It wasn't like flesh or anything. I guess it was just blood? He's lucky, because it could have been something else more dangerous.
On 294, the Foundation started testing 294's ability to retrieve specific liquids from a distance. To test the range of 294's capacity for retrieval, researchers formulated a unique compound composed of undisclosed ratios of bleach, cola, met RX powder, and garam masala. The fluid was created
Wow, that was random.
and placed in a sealed container 25 meters away from 294. When the request for this liquid was made, an equal amount of the liquid that had existed in the sealed container had disappeared without any reason. In another test, it has now been confirmed that 294 has the ability to directly gather information from someone's mind in order to comply with a given condition.
This is a supercomputer,
Under
not a
observation
coffee
of
machine.
Level 4 personnel, an agent keyed in a request of the best drink I've ever had. 294 delivered a dark fluid topped with white foam, which was later
Root
identified
beer?
as Vienna Lager. The cup was printed with a color picture of 5 men and 2 women drinking beer on the beach, and the
From
agent
him?
who
His
requested for
memory?
this drink was one of them. In his briefing,
Wow.
he confirmed that his favorite drink ever was a Vienna Lager he consumed at the beach with his friends.
From his briefing. I wonder if that coffee machine / computer will know that, besides having information from the SCP Foundation known that he said that in whatever meeting he was in. Because that would be kind of cool. Because if that's the case, I mean, you could do a lot with this vending machine. This is really dope.
According to another test, 294 was proved to be able to produce abstract concepts, or sentences, and it also can make the subjects feel the experience.
What?
Researcher keyed in request for
Whoa, experience. Oh, hold up. Let me rewind this for a little bit. What experience are you talking about?
ever was a Vienna Lager he consumed at the beach with his friends. According to another test, 294 was proved to be able to produce abstract concepts, or sentences, and it also can make the subjects feel the experience.
Of his sentences and concepts? Can you go more in depth with that? Because I figured maybe he might be making them feel the experience of their past memories that he could access. But if you can make them feel experiences just from what he's actually saying or the sentences he's using, that's kind of dangerous. What if it's a bad experience? It's not like, a heartfelt one. Bro.
Researcher keyed in request for a cup of music. SCP-294 produced a clear, sparkling fluid that tasted vaguely alcoholic.
What?
Following ingestion, subject reported feeling, and not hearing, a continuous rhythm, and demonstrated the ability to move and even dance with a certain fluidity that he had not previously shown. In one of the
Bro, this vending machine could give people abilities now. He legit learned dance moves he never done before. What the There's way more to this coffee machine than I figured.
other tests, a professor requested My Life Story from 294. 294 began to shake violently, like a tornado, and made humming noises violently for approximately 3 minutes
Coffee machine
before
got me
providing
thirsty.
a highly viscous, opaque black liquid. Upon consumption, the professor reported that he remembered everything that had ever happened to him. Following this test, the professor entered his office and returned 48 hours later with a 538-page autobiography.
What?
According to an addendum, a D-class personnel with IQ of 99 and low curiosity scores was given written instructions about what to request. The D-class personnel produced a request for blood of Canis lupus and received a cup of liquid subsequently identified as wolf blood. The D-class personnel next produced a request for saliva of Equus ferus caballus
Why?
and received a cup of liquid subsequently identified as horse saliva. The D-class personnel next produced a request for urine of Phascolarctus cineris
Oh my
and
God.
received a cup of liquid subsequently identified as koala urine. The D-class personnel next produced a request for cerebrospinal fluid of Phobaramus pattersoni and received a cup of liquid currently undergoing analysis.
Yo.
It is to be noted that Phobaramus pattersoni went extinct during the late Miocene epoch, approximately 8 million years ago. Other SCP-294
Well, okay, this is way better than the dimensional vending machine. I'm being straight up. You could get fluids from something that doesn't even exist anymore. Wow.
tests are currently awaiting for approval. Before
And it's way better too because it's not like specific items from other dimensions. It's legit whatever you type in. It will conjure it some way somehow. Wow, this was dope. I wish it wasn't so short. This was a really cool SCP. I would want to know more tests that they have done. There's probably a lot more in the file, but it's pretty curious to see how creative the agents or the D classes that are working with this SCP coming up with to type into it, Because you could literally get stuff from animals or things that just are not here anymore. What if you asked for blood from a Buddha, or blood from a god? It's like what if you could do that? Man, this got me curious, bro. But anyway, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this reaction, please remember to smash that like button. This is an older SCP, so show some love, guys. I had to cover it, though. And remember, hit that bell so you can stay plugged for each and every upload. And don't forget to hit that red button if you're not part of the family already. I'm telling you, if you especially made it all the way to the end, I do not know why you're not sub. Why would you stay this long and not tune in and sub? Come on, man. Have fun with us, bruh. Don't just stay for one time. But anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys all have a good day or night wherever you guys are from. And unfortunately, that concludes today's episode. However, I'll catch you guys on the next one.